Psych.
Thank God it's Tuesday. Pull up a seat, talking Commanders football, drinking our whiskey neat. First Amendment sports, Ken, Kevin, and Tim. Don't muff it up, fellas, hail to the Redskins. Thank God it's Tuesday. Thank God it's Tuesday. Thank God it's Tuesday, here on First Amendment Sports.
Thank you and welcome to Tuesday night. On behalf of First Amendment Sports, I'm Ken Meringolo. He's Kevin Ricca.
Happy Tuesday, ice cold Tuesday. Can you ice cold this Tuesday?
It is as cold as we've seen on a Tuesday night. There's only been a couple Tuesdays in our 10-year span that rival the temperature and conditions of what is very much resembles Hoth outside right now in the best possible way. But wait a second, Kevin, hold on. We have breaking news. Breaking news from Forestville, Maryland, home of the Bishop McNamara Mustangs. We have a correspondent there, guy some people call Kenny Mack. Very proud tonight to be part of a show welcoming the brand new defensive coordinator, Mr. Mustang, Pride and McNamara himself, Durante Jones. That's going to be a big part of tonight's show. Come on, Ken Harris. That was for you.
Hey, as a proud member of the WCAC, I love it. As a guy that my dad coached against, I love it. We love it for so many reasons, and we are going to get into it. It's awesome. Yeah. But welcome to Capitol Heights zone, Forestville zone.
From Cap Heights?
I mean, right from the great state of Maryland. Went to college at Morgan State. He's ours.
Yep.
We got a homeboy, a defensive coordinator, and I love it.
He was there. I was 2 years ahead of him. I was 94. He was 96. I did not know him, so I can't say that I did. Although my guess is a couple more whiskeys, I might recollect a few Ken and Durante stories.
If you bust out the McNamara School Directory and start prank calling poor Durante Jones after too many whiskeys tonight, I want everyone to know I'm not complicit.
All right, so let's start there. It's big news, and they did this perfectly for us, right? They gave us some time to talk David Blau, and apparently 2 weeks-ish was the right amount of time for David Blau.
Wow.
We get the direction of the process. You know, that was my stool.
There was a forbearing warning of it.
It was very stoolish, unfortunately for everyone. But the way that they've gone about it, bringing in a defensive, quote unquote, defensive minded head coach, getting the offense in hands from in-house, keep his quarterback and this guy together, and then focus on bringing in what we thought was going to probably be, a hire that meant more. Like is Dan Quinn going to call plays next year? Is he going to? How is the new guy's philosophy going to mesh? And you look at Jones, and basically it's like really on paper, it's just everything about it fits. He's more of a defensive backs guy. Dan Quinn's a noted defensive line guy. The guy, he's been around. Obviously, Brian Flores, Marvin Lewis, Mike Zimmer, Vance Joseph, they've all wanted him there. And the common thread between David Blau and as we transition to the Durante Jones era is that these are fresh-faced, inexperienced offensive coordinators. And in this scenario, you have are we smarter than everybody else? And in this scenario, you have it hasn't always necessarily been the case for a few decades. But it's fun. And I think that's where I'll turn over to you because, talking about Durante Jones and what he's going to do, I think it's going to be fun to watch.
Everything about his story is fun. And by the way, yes, these are two guys with unproven. Neither of them have called plays. But let's be fair here. One of these gentlemen is 30 years old, one's 47. Durante Jones is a 47-year-old man who has beat the bushes for 25 years. From high school, Division II, FCS, FBS, the CFL, and the NFL.
He's Signetti. He's the Signetti.
It's the coolest journey. It's the greatest. Like, I'm going to say I'm fast, but in sequential order of the cities he spent time in because of this beautiful game after he left home from Bishop McNamara, Ken. and then to Baltimore, and then off into the world. Hickory, North Carolina, Thibodaux, Louisiana, Franklin, Louisiana, Iberia Parish, Louisiana, back to Bowie, Maryland, off to Los Angeles, California, then to Montreal, Quebec, then to Honolulu, Hawaii, then to Madison, Wisconsin, to Miami, Florida, to Cincinnati, Ohio, Minneapolis, Baton Rouge, Minneapolis, and our United States capital here, Washington, D.C. That's an amazing journey. He has done everything that's been asked of him. He has earned the right to be here, and I love the fact that we got a guy like that with a story like that. Big deal.
It is a tale of two times in their lives between the coordinators, because Durante Jones, people want to hold that against him. They're like, this guy's bounced around. This guy's been all over the place. You're goddamn right. He's a grown ass man who's literally made a career. He's paid his bills by being a coach, and that's what being a coach is.
His last name's not Shanahan or Schottenheimer.
Yes,
he didn't get the advantage, so he has had to do it himself. And coming from the conference, I love it for him. And from this area, he didn't latch on to anybody. He just like we just talked about. All these were 2 and 3 year stints, but everyone loved him when he left, and everyone wished he hadn't. And the Minnesota Vikings, everything I've looked at, they're not happy about it. They know they lost a good one. They feel that, and they'll get over it by keeping Brian Flores, who I thought that might be the guy, but it's very cool to me to see that that's specifically what we wanted, which is an attacking, blitz-oriented defense within the chess match where you can play zone behind the blitzing madness. You don't always have to, but you can, and I love that, and I think that blends. I didn't know that beforehand, but it certainly feels good to read that stuff afterwards.
That's something also that they've said now about both Blau and Jones, is that both of these guys, even though they're vastly different ages and what we're calling times of their lives, they both are guys who everyone knew they were going to get a coordinator job, at least in the near term. Like everyone knows who they are. Everyone respects them as coaches, clearly and obviously, and deservingly so. But ultimately, we need way more talent on defense. We need more speed. We need better tackling. We need better, or at least, I don't know if it's scheme or talent, but we haven't been able to cover really that well or stop the run. And that's kind of terrible combination.
But that's all.
Yeah. Other than that, Mrs. Lincoln, how was the play? So let's talk some more about Durante Jones. But I did want to spend some time. We have 2 big things to cover tonight. 3 actually. Durante Jones. We're going to do a little free agent segment, but a little bit in a different way than we've been doing it. And we have an 8-rounder tonight that I think is going to be pretty fun with Greg. So, but I want to ask you, if we're going to be like that kind of defense, we can't be the oldest defense in the league. I don't think that's going to work.
No.
So that's for starters. I'm just saying, let's just have baby steps.
We have to understand we needed to do that. That was the dealt. Yeah. That was the hand that we were dealt.
That's right.
That's just what it was. What else were we going to do? We didn't have enough draft picks. And what else were we going to do? Mm-hmm. Just get a bunch of turds because they were younger? Shit. No, but I know what you're saying. For God's sake, you need a little leadership in there, but having 2 inside backers a lot of downs certainly helps. Yes, you need youth, and yes, you need guys on the edge that can not only rush the passer off the edge, athletic enough guys to get through an edge block, but can drop into pass coverage. That's specifically necessary in the 3-4 defense. We're not going to get into X's and O's, but that's standard basic shit. You need 2 guys. We've watched the Pittsburgh Steelers forever. Guys that are athletic enough to come off that edge and get downhill on someone's ass, but
be long and dominating a whole area of the field.
And you'd be able to defend their space, their proper real estate in the zone passing game when there's disguising every look, which is what we're going to do, which is super cool. It's cutting edge. We're not so much in the NFL that it's that's new invention, but this blitz and cover zero as much as this guy does, Brian Flores, that's what's coming to our neck of the woods, and it's super cool. Get ready as fans to clench those cheeks, because in big-time situations, we are not afraid to attack. It's Dan Quinn's MO. It's what he wants to do. He wants to go for it on 4th offensively. Trust me, we're going to cover zero the shit out of people, and that's kind of crazy to me because it's not something we were great at this year.
And everyone's
we were incapable of cover zero this year.
They're like, that could go really bad for you guys. And I'm like 5-12 bad? Because I'm just, I'm just saying, top 7 in the draft bad, because we just did that without being fun to watch on defense.
Well, I think what we're getting to together is that we're going to need some cover zero. We're going to need some cover zero type dudes on that defense to even think about that, because it's about putting your players in the right position, not about bringing in some amazing defense that no one's ever heard of before. That's not the case.
That's
and
right.
all in relation to your personnel. So here we go.
Physicality, tackling, those are his two. I mean, obviously it's like cliche and
Physicality's not cliche. Barely no one says it anymore.
Barely anyone says physicality. But that's at least his hallmark. That is what he imparts. Every coach wants that, obviously, but for whatever reason, that's something that he's good at. His especially his defensive backs. They play in run defense. They're important in run defense, and I think St. Ristel and Trey Amos can both play that way, and I think that gives them an opportunity.
No doubt.
They can be. I was thinking maybe
they need a lot of help though.
They do. They need a lot of help.
They need to be surrounded by guys that can play their position, so they're not left on these islands. They need some help off that edge. Is what the hell they need.
We have, in addition to the number 7 overall pick, which I don't think we'll kick that can. Free agency comes before the draft. We got a lot of time in this build up to the draft. I think it's more important to focus on free agency. We have the money. We already just were the oldest team, so we have job openings. Like we have like people retired. We have probably multiple retirements. I think when the autopsy comes back on some of them, they're going to say it was natural causes.
Everyone's eating cake this offseason. It's ridiculous.
We're like in Indeed, for hiring people. I mean, we're out there looking for warm bodies. But in order to play the style of offense, especially, we got to get younger, got to get faster. So on the free agent front, I scoured the list of pending free agents, and I just looked at players who are 25 or younger, which it makes sense that a lot of guys are coming off their rookie contract and being 25. There's a few 24-year-olds, but that's about it in terms of a notable free agent.
Very mature 24-year-olds.
So we're gonna do defense first. Since we're talking defense, we're talking Durante
I think
Jones.
we should certainly make that a priority this offseason. Not
Defense
only in town,
first?
but on this show. And
Maybe a philosophy.
Yeah.
All right, defense first. Let's come over here to our free agent thing. I'm just going to throw some. Now, this doesn't mean I want him. Like, for example, I don't want. It's not that I don't want this guy, but obviously George Pickens ain't coming here. It's going to be crazy that they let him out of Dallas, but we already have a highly paid receiver, and he's probably not the guy. I'm guessing that they're going to pay $40 to $45 million for.
I think he's an awesome football player and he's a badass, but I don't necessarily want him on my team. Mm-hmm. Only because of that price tag at that age. That's all. That's it. We have so many other.
Not going to happen.
We have
here.
So much other stuff to take care of. Come
on. Another guy who, let's see, on the defensive side, just for fun, although he is a free agent. Safety Nick Cross. Just thought it was on brand tonight. We're talking about WCAC. Former DeMatha Stag played in the game in 2018.
We got him on the board, and he led the league in tackles 2 years ago. At least he was up into the last week or two. You got Denard Wilson, a former DeMatha Stag, takes the job for the New York Giants. Yep. I mean, the league's hot right now, and a guy like Nick Cross gets his hands.
Yep.
I mean, he is the type of guy we're looking at.
He is.
He was as a Terp.
He's 25 years old, so he's young. He's going to get a contract from somebody, and Spot Track has his value increasing. Like he made himself from some money. I think someone said he might make as much as like $16 million. Oh no, I'm sorry. He's up to $6 million.
Yeah,
he gave himself a $6 million raise for his play.
He's an extremely intelligent individual on and off the football field, but on the field specifically, he gets the job done. He's physical as hell. And this is the type of guy at the safety position we're going to need.
Not going to cost you a ton.
And all these different schemes and everything we're doing, we're going to need some guys like this. We're going to need 3-tier guys. Yes, we need 2 or 3 monsters, werewolves, badasses. But we got to fill in with some mid-level guys like this right here at that $6 million price tag at that safety position where you don't want to spend a shit ton, especially if we're lucky enough to get Caleb Downs in a draft, possibly.
He's the only real safety of note that's 25 or under that's worth insignificant money, $6-7 million a year. But he's a startable safety if you have to put your money in other spots. Let's go next level down. Here's a couple for us. Now, this guy's being linked to us all day. I'm sorry. He's a little bit. Not. I mean, just because he's available and he's an edge. I downloaded this picture. It was funny. He had some availability issues in his rookie year. I'm like, oh, he was hurt. They're like, he was ejected from 2 games. They were like, he's working on. There was a hilarious article by Green Bay writer talking about how they had a plan to limit his ejections in his second year. It was a focus point.
Is that
Don't
a
get
focus
ejected.
group for this?
I think he's been ejected far less since his rookie year. He's a free agent linebacker. He's a dude. He can play one of those spots that Durante Jones likes to go with. He's going to be worth. He's going to cost a pretty penny. But here's a guy who's interesting. Do you have anything to say about Mr. Walker? Is that on your radar?
I was waiting for you to say his name because you hadn't said his name yet. I thought it was
Quay Walker.
Yeah, I don't know much about him, to tell you the truth.
Besides,
I've seen his name linked to us in many different free agent scenarios.
Yeah. He's long, athletic, powerful.
He's ejectable. He's long and athletic.
He can. If you need someone to get ejected from a game, he is your dude. I don't know how much he's going to cost, but if he's considered one of the better top 2 or 3 available guys at that spot, then clearly our money has to be involved. Here's a guy, 25 and under, Joseph Osai. He was a Texas linebacker. Linked to us in the draft.
Yeah, I know. We've been reading his name forever, and I think he's a damn good football player. Cincinnati
has paid $1 billion to
their
offense, specifically 3 people. And I don't think they're gonna have. I don't even know what it's gonna cost to
trickle
keep
down.
Osai.
Economics are not great in Cincinnati these days.
But
get Osai right to us.
He's going to get his money, and if he plays a position of need for us. Again, he's 25 years old. So all these players are 25 or under. Free agents. Again, with the focus on we have like, if you are just the oldest team in the league, then getting younger should be a goal. And if getting younger is a goal, then it's just simple math. You need to sign younger players.
Ken, I think you just did it. I think you just fucking solved all our issues this offseason.
I told you there were
2 sentences.
You should behind
Congratulations.
the camera. There's a wall just with calculations and formulas, but we got there.
That was all you, bro. The light bulb was on your side.
25 years old or younger, it will drive the age. This strategy will definitely drive the average age of our players down. All right. Any other? I got some other defensive players. So Osai and Walker are kind of like your rusher guys. Here's one. This is a guy who's I think is interesting. I don't know if they're going to. By the way, these are all players that they may never see the light of day in free agency. They may just stay home for plenty of money. Greg Newsome, the corner, he was drafted by the Browns, traded this year to finish out the season with the Jags. I don't know what kind of money they have to pay. He's a great cornerback, and he can play. So he excelled on the outside, on the inside. They made him play out, and he did not have as good of a year. He has the potential. If you wanted to move St. Ristel into the slot, Newsome could play on the outside, and that's kind of I think where he wants to play.
Well, that would be cool because where Durante Jones's talent lies as the D-back coach for the last 3 years in Minnesota is in the interception department. And right now, we stink at it. In 2024, his unit had 24 picks. In the last 3 seasons, we've had 23. So his 43 interceptions as the D-back coach there in Minnesota in the last 3 seasons, our 23, suggests a different way of playing. Cause chaos, make that quarterback make that throw last second with the hand in his face, feeling that pressure coming from all these different angles. That creates all the turnovers. That creates the chaos that leads to the interceptions, plus physical corners that punch that ball. Yep. Last year, we were taught ball is life. We heard it 100,000 times. Ball didn't do shit for us. It was not life. We had 2 fumble recoveries on the season.
Yep.
2 fumble recoveries, and we were told about punching the balls. There's no one walking away holding their crotch last year. We had 0 nut shots.
No punches.
Our punches index count to the midsection was horrific. Now we have a chance in the interception game because of the chaos I think we're going to create. But we need ball hawks, and we need guys. We're not going to be playing 8 and 10 yards off. We're not going to be playing in a soft zone. We're going to create chaos right away. We're not going to let teams just
force the ball
get the ball 1 second out on us. They're going to have to make a choice. And it's going to force teams to run the ball against us. And when we shore up that front and the way they depend on the front 7 in the run game is remarkable. We got to get some hosses too. Some big old space eating, double team eating, double gap monsters on the inside to run this defense the way it needs to be ran.
All right, so from a free agent standpoint, those are all my defensive. Oh no, that's not true. I got this guy for you, just for you. Where's he at? This is for what I was going for. Nakobe Dean. There was a better picture.
You think there's a better picture to advertise that? What do you think about this guy? He's all broke.
Dean. He's going to be a free agent.
Nakobe Dean. Goddamn right he is.
25 years old.
He's a monster.
Younger. He is definitely a free agent, and he's seen there being helped off the field. Yet another
Here's
time.
Hainsworth eating Krispy Kreme donuts. What do you think about it, guys?
I'm kind of hoping that's not our target. All right, so how about some offensive players, 25 years old or younger, which mathematically will drive down the age of our team. Now, just for shits and gigs, I don't have him here.
If you're gonna drop a shits and gigs, you better follow up with something strong.
Well, Chris Rodriguez, I can't find him on here, but Chris Rodriguez is a free agent.
You want to bring brother-in-law?
No.
You're bringing in brother-in-law?
No.
Not Chris Gonzalez. My bad. You want Rodriguez back?
No. I don't run him back. I'm just saying he's a free agent, and he's 25 and under.
Okay.
And he's of note. There's not that many.
But I think I think we can sign him to some weird like.
Thinks he might be unrestricted or restricted.
Yes, I think he's a restricted. We can sign him. I do believe.
All right. What about here's this is the obvious one. There we go. I mean, that guy's available. He fits a need.
If they let him out of town,
yeah,
we know that they've invested so many resources in this player. In fact, we know specifically what they've invested and the resources they've invested in this guy. And Arthur Blank is not one that wants to give up on a guy with such an upside.
Yeah.
And I just don't know how they let him out of town, but he is somebody that could give you a few question marks. He can be a bit of a goof, I think. But man, he is a freak of nature, isn't he?
He's a freak of nature, and he's not going to break the bank. I mean, he's going to make a lot of money, but he is still a tight end. And we have a lot of money, and if that's the kind of money they want to put into the offense, he is an interesting target. He's going to cost some cash. But this guy, how about this guy? A free agent running back who, if you're going to put someone next to someone.
I hate doing the old running back game. How old is he? 24, 25? What is he?
Breece Hall is 24 years old.
I mean, he is so great and perfect for what we were trying to do offensively. He is like so amazingly fitting for us, aside from his price tag at that spot.
It might only be like 10 or 11 million before.
But
listen, still, and it also could get bid up by multiple.
He is great at what we need.
Yep.
Yeah. He doesn't need to be the only main dude. We got a guy that had 800 yards rushing last year and 7 touchdowns. But the way he catches the ball, and oh, Jesus. If he can stay healthy.
I know
Greg hates Breece Hall. I'm not saying, I don't know. He is, but I'm sorry. He's tantalizing as an offensive threat with a guy like with a guy like Jaden in the backfield with an offensive line like ours. This is a guy that could really produce, I think. I get it. I can see some shit, but
he lives in Jersey. This is talking about Craig. He lives in Jersey, surrounded by Jets fans. And he said, I don't think he can be completely objective because obviously Breece Hall is a great football player. He has had some injuries, but he also played for the Jets. And you can't let that sully and besmirch his good name like completely.
No, I get it. I just, there's some guys that pop on highlights, on tape, on film, and he is one of them. And he's a naturally gifted human being. I don't know about the rest. We'll do a little deeper of a dive. I'm not ready to argue with Greg just yet because I don't know. But he is tantalizing. I'll tell you that. He's
tantalizing. Alec Pierce, he's a free agent. He is ultimately he's not going to demand. He's not in the George Pickens salary tier. But I was shocked to see that he's not that far off. Spot Trek has him at $20 million a year value, which I didn't know.
Jesus,
which is that's a lot.
Holy crap! Man.
He's 25. He is fast as shit. he has great hands, and he probably is ready to step up. I mean, what he's done with the opportunities he's been given in Indianapolis, he's looked pretty damn good. He's a player. I didn't realize. I mean, that's a big market value. I don't know if we could do that, but he's the kind of player you signed to
I
make your offense
guess
more
I'm blown
dynamic.
away because you said big market value. Obviously, Indy's not a big market. That's why I didn't watch them very often. I know they've been winning the past few seasons. They play a vanilla style, and I don't give two S's about them, so I haven't seen them at all. I don't know that I've watched them aside from accidental highlights.
Sure, on the side.
And I've only read about this guy, and I understand that he's a dude.
He's a
but
dude.
I'm blown away at 20 million. Holy fudge!
Yeah,
man.
I mean, because you look at it. I mean, so you have Romeo Dobbs. He's a free agent under 25. De'Ami Brown, free agent under 25. By the way, how about this? If De'Ami Brown let's say De'Ami Brown only cost you a 1 year deal for $2 million.
Of course.
I think there's a world that exists where that's possible.
Guys like that those would be beautiful additions.
Treylon Burks, he's available.
I want him back. I want him back
for somebody.
There he is. He can be one of our top 5 guys. I want him back, and I love what he did in the red zone. Just the threat of him in the red zone and that bunch set. You want to run him at point of the bunch. You got to have an attack guy right in his face, and that gives you the opportunity to do a whole bunch of shit. I mean, that's like having a freaking tight end sized cat out there. And he showed he can make the play. I'm not saying that one play just made me a believer. I know he struggled at times with production, but we don't need to pay him shit. And he has to be happy that we were the team that gave him a break, then believed in him, and then gave him targets, man.
Oh yeah. And I with Jane Daniels' accuracy, I'd be interested to see. I think it's obvious that Tennessee effed up and made him a first round draft pick. That's clear to everybody, probably even to Treylon. But you can also see where he's definitely a starter in this league for somebody. You hope he's not one of your top 2 guys, but he was at the end of the season.
Right. You don't rely on him for that.
Yeah, but he's a. I mean,
He's a specialist. It's use him in the red zone.
You can't have enough 6'4", 6'5" guys.
You want to go big in a big package. You want to play, teams.
And he was willing to block when he was here at the end of the season. He got physical with his big body,
and got complimented by DQ for doing that in practice. And DQ said this guy deserves a shot for the effort he's been given all week long. We've seen him go after it and get after it for the last couple of weeks. That's our type of cat, and I can't believe he got that love. So why not have a guy like that? You know what I mean? Luke coming back off his injury and everything else. Dude, they don't grow guys that big on trees. And in this league, in the red zone, there's nowhere else to go. The speed is so fast, and the amount of space that you are in, the only place that you can gain an advantage is up. I mean, it's real.
Let's see. So again, he shouldn't cost you a ton. But he's again 25 and under. Here's an interesting 25 and under player, center Tyler Linderbaum. Again, you don't expect Baltimore to let guys like this go, but a 25-year-old center available on the free agent market. I think he's worth like 16 or 17 million a year. We have Tyler Biadasz.
He's a really good player.
Yeah,
but Biadasz is going into a contract year, so we'll see what goes on there.
But this would be a target for getting younger and staying talented for longer on the offensive line. Here's another offensive player who's 25 or younger. Okay, this might be my. How about this guy? He free agent. This might be
man.
He's made. By the way, it might not be from us, but he's made himself a shit ton of money from in the last month and a half, 2 months. I mean, he's done well for himself.
When I say certain people pop on television when you're watching them, I know the whole nation watched this game this past weekend. And when he had the ball in between tackles or in space, he was absolutely electric, and it was incredible to watch him. I'm not once again saying I'm torn about the roster reconstruct because I want to focus on the defense, obviously. But Jesus H, would this guy be so great in our offense? He is perfect again, the perfect creation. You can build offense around a guy like this.
Absolutely.
I mean, here's your Jameer Gibbs, your Bijan. I'm not saying he's on that level.
Would you rather have him over Breece Hall?
Yes. Yes, I would. I just watched him in the playoff game, and that's why. I just watched him perform at a level that this was mind-blowing. He looked so twitchy. He looked so fast. His cuts were so nasty. he looked like a freak out there.
That's a big thing to be said. Everybody watched him do all those things.
Exactly.
Everyone knows, and that's tough for a guy like Breece Hall. The Jets did not afford him the opportunity to show up in January and be a badass the way Kenny Walker has been able to do for the Seahawks, and he made himself a ton of cash. So that's two running backs. You might see them be able to work, off each other. I think they said Breece Hall $10 million. Obviously, Kenny Walker is going to be more than that, but the middle of their career here, big time second paydays. All right, here's I think this might be my last offensive guy. Last year I gave you Ernie Jones. This year I give you Greg Dulcich. Right? Yeah.
Yep.
He's a tight end.
Ernie.
Ernie Jones.
Okay.
He was a linebacker, kind of whatever you want to call them, the star, Buffalo, whatever. And he was second team All Pro this year. They re-signed him and they didn't let him get out of there. But he's nothing sexy. No one's gonna remember his name. This might be a similar guy, but he's a big dude. He's athletic as hell. One of the fastest guys on the field. A decent blocker. Great for a tight end committee. We're not bringing him in to be like the stud star of everything, but he's always capable of doing what he's asked to do in every scenario. He's not going to cost a ton. Have I told you a little bit?
You're coming at me like a white guy in a blizzard about a tight end with a bunch of salad. Just that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The
salad though.
That tough long hanging out the back. I mean, everyone has a tight end. Everyone's third tight end looks just like this guy, correct? So as far as number 2, 3 tight ends go, that's great. I would prefer a monster at the position, but I want the monster. I want Kyle Pitts. If you told me you could have Kyle Pitts or Greg Dulcich, there's no chance I'd waver. But I think Greg Dulcich makes your offense better. And listen, Red brought him up. We do a family fantasy draft. Old Greggy didn't make the the pick'em roster.
Did I have
There's
anybody
so many people
else?
in my family.
There's quite a few. Yeah, that's all the ones. There's other guys that have come available. I know people are talking about Brandon Ayuk. People are talking about Rashad White. I don't know what kind. These were only unrestricted free agents, so maybe I'm not sure if I had. And I did write this down. C-Rod is a restricted free agent.
There we go.
Yep.
An RF.
Double
RFA.
sourced for myself to myself.
And I'm very curious about Brandon Ayuk. I'm not ready to just eliminate him, even though he acted like a butthole.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't act like a butthole and just get away with it. But by acting like a butthole, he could have become way more affordable. The butthole discount. No one's going to throw $100 million back at old butt cheeks.
Nope.
But guess what? We got a guy that knows him and likes him and can maybe tame.
Well, or make him care.
Behavior.
Make him care, enough to be the player that he's capable of.
Butthole.
Yeah.
Stop being a butthole. All right, I'm done.
A little less butthole, sir. Your contract specified. I think
that's all we got to get. We got to get the contract language proper, and we'll be fine.
Yep.
But I think we could steal him for a season or two for nothing.
But you have to be careful of the butthole loophole.
It's true.
In the contract.
I knew you were going to bring that up.
Until you close the butthole loophole, it will be there to slide right through.
Nice job stepping up for
every
T
time.
there.
Yeah.
T there with the legalese.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
But don't act like I didn't know about the butthole loophole.
I didn't just you come around these parts. Everyone assumes you know such things.
Tough way to end that segment.
There's no way. Like this is Kenny Walker's agent just bought a yacht. Because he just blew it up on national television this playoff season. Charbonnet got injured. No one likes running back. I'll take Charbonnet. I mean, for that. I mean, when he comes back, I'm sure if he can play, if he's cleared to play, I'd love to have him. But right now, Seattle has all their eggs. He should be carrying the ball 50 times a game. If I'm the Seattle.
Don't hand it to him 50, 30. Then throw it to him 20.
Throw it to him 20. That's
the guy
fine.
is awesome at everything.
Yeah,
man.
I mean, if he's and then pay him his money. But there's to me that's your Super Bowl MVP, and like everything is pointing to someone. It's going to cost you a ton. Like he's going to drive his price up. I mean, Super Bowl MVP is going to also give him a little extra when he goes on those recruiting trips.
It does. It does. That's a good trophy.
Mm-hmm. I want to let Greg set up our segment up for the evening. So there's, like I said, there's going to be other guys who come available who are young. Certainly via trade. I don't know how old Brandon Ayuk is. I think he's about 25.
So we got to get it down. So what we're saying is we got to get
These are players we have to sign. I looked through the entire list of UFAs on Spot Track. Now, my eyes could have easily passed over one or two. There were a couple of names that didn't, blow my skirt up, so I didn't write them down. But they're like, math is math. The only way to get younger is to hire younger people. These are the younger people. So we have to get some of these guys.
Well, we just hired a younger offensive coordinator and a younger defensive coordinator.
Yes.
So now we're talking about the Blau Jones average. Is that what we got going on
We
here?
got to
Ken?
have,
we got to get younger. The Blau Jones average. We got to get it down.
The Blau Jones average. That's fantastic.
It's time. That's what
Blau?
it's that's what we've decided. We are going to nickname our future youthening.
That'll be like our rating, our weekly rating, the Blau Jones average. We should start that immediately.
I think we should. Blau Jones average.
Yeah. You heard it here first. God, that's great. Year-end awards. We each give our answer. Can't choose anything related to the Washington Commanders as an answer.
It's
Ayuk
a
is
good year
27.
for that one.
Ayuk is 27, so that's good. He's, this is his contract. It would be a 3 or 4 year deal.
He's got to play for that BH discount. I'm just saying.
Like, you don't want to be a free agent. Maybe you do, but you'd rather be a free agent at 29 than 30.
Right.
So a 2-year deal makes a lot of sense.
It does. Prove it. Prove it. Stop being a turd.
No butthole loophole for you, Mr. Ayuk. There's other. I mean, there'll be other names, and we can go down that list because I think obviously, in our case, the battleship hits and misses in free agency will dictate, who we end up having to. I mean, because there's going to be a couple guys on the board who'll start for us day one. Caleb Downs and David Bailey probably. Say those names.
Of course.
So what
our number 7 pick starting day one. If we draft somebody, 1,000 billion%. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Or else.
Or else, what are we doing?
Or else, why'd we go?
Sebastian Janikowski Jr. He would start right. All right, the most surprising team. This season. And we can't say the Washington Commanders, although I was very surprised by this
surprise.
Surprise.
I'm gonna say, even though they didn't deserve to host a home game. I thought the Carolina Panthers were some cheeks, and they surprised me. I thought they were way better as the season went on of a football team than I gave them credit for. I was very surprised by them. Obviously, I got to give that. I was going to say my Bears, but I'm going with the Carolina Panthers because I was more shocked by them. I kind of got used to the Bears as they kept winning.
Yep.
Carolina got it at the end for me. I really couldn't believe they were that good of a team. And the quarterback's gotten way better.
Quarterback's gotten so much better.
Yeah, it was weird to watch. So I'm going Carolina.
Rico Dowdle and Chuba Hubbard, great tandem. The most surprising team for me, I mean, I'm just going to say the Seahawks. They made the Super Bowl. I'm totally.
That's very surprising.
I didn't think. I mean, Sam Darnold, who I believe was 25 last year when he got to Seattle, 25, 26, right around there. But he was a young player, and they clearly made a great call. He's clearly a franchise quarterback. Jackson Smith and Jigba is the best player on the field most days. And he's
in this day and age, in this NFL, he's perfect fit.
I don't know. Everyone wants to sleep on him and be like, but like he does. He's so good.
He's awesome.
He's so good. And obviously, we talked about their running backs all season. Kenny's gonna have to cover the load in the Super Bowl. But the big thing for me about Seattle is how good their defense was. I didn't like they're one of the best defenses in the league. Obviously, the Houston Texans and the Denver Broncos get all the pub, and the New England Patriots defense is also very good. But I believe that the Seahawks defense was either the best scoring defense or better in yards, but they were right there. They were absolutely dominating many weeks, and I don't know how New England scores enough points against them to get the win.
I don't either, and I hope that that's what happens. Go Seattle.
Go Seattle. Most disappointing team.
Most
I mean, again.
team. Most disappointing team. Philadelphia Eagles, turds.
I was like, I didn't even like give them the oxygen to say it, but it is that they're what the hell, guys? Like
They were like, we'll run 4 offensive plays and beat you anyways.
I would have said they should have been the
You're
most
gonna
surprising team. They have no business being as bad and terrible as they are. Yeah, Patriots coming off a 4-13 team. Ken Harris is a big deal.
Yeah.
We're about to come off a 5-12 team.
Yeah, Lions were disappointing, and they didn't even play that bad. They just weren't that good. You know what I mean? It was disappointing that they're just not very good anymore. The Chiefs, they chiefed out. They gave so much chief for so long.
I can't say I was surprised by the Chiefs, but it was
Right.
but it was still like weird to watch.
Well, they won like 50,000 games in the last 2 years. In the final possession,
Yeah.
they just figured it out how to do it professionally, and then you can't just do that for eternity. You got to at some point deal with that $1.7 trillion contract and figure out how to. I mean, Chris Jones has a monster too. They got all kinds of financial stuff going on, but that's what you got to deal with.
They're getting a new stadium. They have hoisted the
Yeah, the
trophies, the
Jaguars
hardware.
There's a lot of good answers. The Jaguars is a good answer. They were legitimately damn good as well. And that was very surprising to me because I thought Trevor would stink forever.
Yeah.
And I'm happy for him because he's a damn good player now, and I think he's a damn good guy.
This team makes me disappointed in last year's team. I'm like, they're my most disappointing team from last year just because like they should have gone further than they did last year.
Don't let your
excuse.
last year's Jacksonville Jaguar disappointment get you.
All right, fair enough.
Don't do it.
That's smart. That's good.
Just don't do it.
Management there. I don't know. The throw us up some more here, Greggy Poo. What's up, NES? Go Stangs. Obviously, we got some Ken Harris, Rhett, J Dubs, EO.
MVP of the regular
Robert
season,
Cohen.
I'm sticking with my guy, Matt Stafford. I've been saying it all year. There's 3 other guys that can get it too. I don't think it's clear cut. I just love how he throws a football and how he leads a team and how he gets into an offense. I love everything about the guy, besides his wife. Sorry, Matt Stafford.
No offense. He's not a 25 or under, so that's why we weren't including him
True.
earlier. Yeah, I think if it's like he's the front runner and it makes perfect sense, it's hard to get away from that.
I mean, no one's going to get an argument with me if someone said Josh Allen. I mean, but I think Matt Stafford he's the guy I'll go with.
Yeah, I don't want to give it to Drake. Yeah, it's Stafford all day. All right, number 4. We've already used all these answers. How does shoe just become untied when you're just like sitting here?
I don't know.
Can we investigate that?
I don't know what Rhett was doing over there.
Coach of the year in the regular season.
Oof.
I love D'Amico Ryans. Sean Payton had a hell of a season.
That was the name I was going to say. Just I'm writing down Payton, so that's what I'm going with. And I'm not the biggest Payton fan, but get that defense to where he got him with a second-year QB, and man, they were pretty good. I think if the weather doesn't shit all over them, they have a chance to win that game.
Yeah.
But once they caught themselves down 3, no one was scoring again. That was tough to watch if you're a Broncos fan.
It was. Did you hear they said?
Yeah, Vrabel was a monster this year. That's the. If I could change my answer, I would change it to Vrabel. But I said Peyton.
I love Vrabel. Wanted him to come here. Obviously, he was never coming here. He was always going to New England. I don't.
Cohen could be no doubt.
No doubt in my mind that was what baked in. I'm definitely saying Vrabel. But
I just can't picture Cohen saying Duval. Hard.
Who?
Liam Cohen, Jacksonville Jaguars head coach. You hear him? Do the Duval when he got the job. Yeah, I'm not going to do it.
First year head coach with same old QB. You know what? I was
I mean,
trying to
Ben
think.
Johnson has to be in the goddamn conversation as well. I mean, 5-12 to 12-5, and hosting a playoff game and winning. I mean, shyster. I know. I'm not a fan of him, but you got to say his name.
I'd rather go Mike
Say his
McDonald
name.
over Ben Johnson. Mike McDonald is the only guy that we didn't get that I really wanted. You know, I mean, I was happy with Quinn, and I still am, and we're ordering the freaking lobster. But I am definitely, you know, there's definitely a little bit of regret there, but whatever. Lots of great options. Yeah, I don't know who. I don't know. Like, I think we all know Stafford's going to get it officially. I don't know who officially the coach of the year, you know, front runner is. I'm sure there's a market for that. Rookie of the year, is that the next one? You just forget to put.
Can't say Bill.
Can't say Bill.
I have no idea. I have legitimately no idea who the rookie of the year in the NFL would be. I'm just gonna keep making disgusting noises until someone changes the subject.
It's not. I wouldn't say Shedeur Sanders isn't going to be in my top 20, even though he just got named to the Pro Bowl. Which I'm like, what? That's like, I'm like, that should be like, okay, no
I
more
like
Pro
Ted
Bowl.
McMillan. I like Ken says Ted McMillan. I like him.
That's why you said the Panthers have been had a great season. He had a good year.
But I saw him make like 3 catches aside from accidental highlights. I wouldn't know what his numbers were.
The Emeka, Ohio State guy in Tampa Bay, I think he had a probably. I'll probably take him over Ted McMillan.
All right, well, I'm going Tet.
Okay.
T-Mac.
Worst coaching move so far in terms of hiring or firing.
I'm jumping in.
Yeah.
John Harbaugh getting fired in Baltimore.
Yeah, there's no. I mean,
I'm sorry.
That's the only answer.
I get it. Like that field goal, if it's good, he's I don't get it. Whatever. I get time shit. Whatever. I just understand. Good luck finding a better guy for the next 18 years.
I want them to have the balls to say,
The X gave him to the Giants.
Listen, everybody, even if we won the Super Bowl, John Harbaugh would be the coach here next year. And that's like not unprecedented. I mean, obviously Bisciotti, whatever, he doesn't care, but they've done that to coaches before. I mean, Phil Jackson, everyone just assumed he was just going to coach forever, and every year it was like, well, I don't know if I'm going to be the coach because they haven't told me they want me to be the coach. And it was like, well, you just won like your 8th championship, and you're probably going to win another one, which you did, and you don't have a contract. And it was like always, so it's like, yeah, whatever. So if you hey, listen, billionaires are billionaires. They're weird. They live in a totally different universe. The rules
eccentric billionaire. That's why that's what
they do not concern themselves with. Why you don't fire freaking John Harbaugh ever? But what? I mean, I don't know.
Greg says McCarthy and Ken says the firing of McDermott. I read today that letting Tomlin go and bringing in McCarthy was like shitting your pants and changing your T-shirt, and I liked it.
I mean, the whole thing about that is
McDermott gets fired and the OC gets promoted. Like everyone else stays in place, but McDermott, you better get the hell out of here.
What the? I mean, 8-8 in the playoffs, not good enough for Buffalo. Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
the Lions. Sorry,
I
thought you read it.
The team that missed the playoffs this year that's most likely to make it next year. I think it's the Lions.
I don't know. They're the team that I was like, they're not making the playoffs. Wait, the Lions aren't making the playoffs? Like, wow.
I mean, you could say Chiefs also. I mean, I know they have problems and issues, but I know what else they have.
I did not think they were not going to make the playoffs. Not in a million years.
Yeah, I mean, you still got Patrick Mahomes, which is all that matters. They have some really good players on defense, and they've shown an ability to keep the good ones. Travis Kelce's coming back.
Tree Jones manning the inside.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I'm going to say Chiefs. I mean, they only ever make the playoffs. Bengals is a risky business to be in. Ken Harris. rooting for the Bengals is a young man's game. You can't just you have to be careful. That will hurt you left and right and yikes. But they could also go like 14-3 next year just on the backs of their amazing offensive. I mean, that's yeah.
They got some weird stuff going on in Cincinnati.
Let me ask, is Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, and Joe Burrow, will all three of those players be playing for their same teams next year?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so too. But something could get weird. Again, that's another thing where freaking billionaire owners make weird decisions. Now, that's not necessarily what we want anymore. But that's how shit goes down. I mean,
you said it.
That's how it works. Yeah, guys.
That's how shit goes down.
And what you going to do?
Keep smiling.
All right, here we go. Best game you watched or best moment of the season that first comes to mind, and this can be Washington. So think to all those 5 wins. Probably not winning any of those. Best game you watched or best moment of the season. Shit, we went 1-0, didn't we?
It was so long ago.
I think
we did because we didn't last year.
We
took
Giants,
the Giant.
right?
We mauled. Our defense swallowed Danger Us whole. He didn't have a chance. He couldn't move. He couldn't throw a pass.
We even said, we're like, please start Russell Wilson. Are you serious? Like, don't start Jameis. I don't want Jameis. I don't want any part of Jameis Winston today, tomorrow, or any day. He's just he's going to find a way to throw it for 500 yards. Best game you watched. I'm trying to think of the best game I watched. Because I in that 5-day stretch of the 2 semifinal college games and those playoffs games, those are some freaking great games.
They were great. It was back and forth, and it was awesome. What was the end of the season? The Ravens and was it Ravens Steelers?
Ravens Steelers.
That was a badass game, and freaking Lamar and Aaron Rodgers getting after it.
Yeah.
I love Ken's call with a crazy 2-point conversion, Rams Seahawks regular season finale with something on the line as well. Didn't work out for the Rams if you want to talk about that game and how it went. So those are all huge. What was I can't even think. I'm trying to think of the best play of the season I can think of.
So I can't there was better plays than this, but to do a Commanders, I thought early on, and maybe it was that Giants game. No, I'm sorry. No, not Giants game. I forget what game it was when Marcus Mariota came in and he had that run up the middle where he cut and then he dove across and he was like, had the ball extended into the end zone for a touchdown, a rushing touchdown. And in that moment, you were like, wait a second. All right, what if we just weren't the worst defense in the league for the next 8 weeks? And that didn't go so well. But that was a cool moment. The Treylon Burks catch, great moment. Terry McLaurin making some plays, great moments.
Yeah, but we didn't really have any Hail Mary type anything. We just didn't. I don't know. But I'm gonna go with the playmaking at the end of that game was ridiculous. But also the Bears, God damn it, Caleb making that play.
I think that was that Bears Packers.
Yes, it was insane.
That's
what I'm going with. It was the Rams came back and beat them.
That's the best game I watched this year. That's the best game I watched. I couldn't believe it. But
couldn't believe it.
Couldn't believe it. And good. I mean, in terms of moments, it wasn't the best moment. But in terms of watching moments in a home playoff game in Chicago, like that's a place where it matters. Like the football's been around, Soldier Field's been around, the Bears have been around, and that it's legit. It's not Jacksonville. It's not what I mean. It's not it's whatever. It's
I got you. It's not Jacksonville.
It's not Jacksonville. And in the elements, under the bright lights, that play that sent the game essentially to overtime, the jubilation and elation. I mean, it was out off the charts, and to I mean, that's like the highest of the high and the lowest of the low within like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was sick.
I mean, like I would love for my team to be in those scenarios, but I almost am like glad that I did not experience, because I felt like, God, I felt bad, and I was like, would not change places for anything in that moment. Like the camera was painting the stands. You're like, oh my gosh, yeah, I don't want that.
No,
I don't want that for anybody.
no, I don't. But yeah, you get better from it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was with Philadelphia losing at home, in the playoffs. Did they lose at home in the playoffs, or was it the second round?
They.
Am I getting this wrong? I believe they lost at home.
Yes, they lost right away. Correct.
The 49ers, right?
I don't remember. My short term
Yeah.
sucks.
So many good moments since then. We've been pushing moment memories.
And I don't focus on Philly, and I don't remember because I don't give a shit.
But it was great to watch them lose in the postseason. Those bastards. All right, so here's what I want to do next week. We're gonna do our Super Bowl sheet we do every year. 10 questions
Like it.
on the Super Bowl, like prop type stuff. And we'll log those. The answers for last week's questions were. I will share those.
I'm gonna bust out a couple Super Bowl trivia questions on you guys next week as well.
I respect
bring
that.
it.
Where is it? Dang it. All right, last week's questions were guaranteed winner. Pats. You had to pick the Pats or Seahawks. I know I picked the Pats. Did you have the sheet from last week? Any chance?
If I had the last 45 seconds, we'd all have back.
Yeah. Yep, I got you. I got you. All right. So, defense. The Broncos had the most sacks at 5, which surprised me. I know I didn't pick them. Pats had the most rushing yards.
I picked that too.
Longest successful field goal, Rams. Old Harrison Mevis.
Yeah.
He Mevis'd in a 50-yarder.
Yeah, he meaved it in there.
Yep. You were a little hard on the Meaver last night there, Kev. All right, so next week's questions, we'll have 10 questions for the Super Bowl prop sheet, and we'll figure out something fun to wager on that. We have to get to we've done some really awesome topics. We have to
nice
branch.
Mevis.
Nice Mevis.
Yes, nice Mevis.
I just had it stuffed.
Yes.
We have to start developing that list. Last year we did a good job. So if you could help us with a couple of lists for drafts, it's draft season.
We got a music one coming as soon as football wraps up.
We're
going right into music. Hardcore.
But the draft suggestions last year were great.
No doubt about it.
In draft season, we draft. That's so they don't have to spell it out for you. Everyone watched Planet Earth. Are we
gonna do it like we do on the Discovery Channel? Is that what you want to get to?
We're gonna try it. The only thing worth watching this weekend, football wise, is the Senior Bowl, and it's actually, I think it's turned into the most compelling game this time of the season outside of the Super Bowl, because the Pro Bowl is trash. Sorry, Shedeur Sanders, but you kind of sealed the deal for me. The guy, it's just stop. We by the way, we're so far ahead of them with the flag football. We've been drafting flag football teams forever.
I know.
Pat White, who still runs our whole flag football division straight out of West Virginia.
Good for Pat.
Yeah, good for Pat. Without Pat, someone said, I believe it was Greg, told me we cut Pat White to make room for Josh Johnson. I think Pat White played, that was got to be like 12 to 15 years ago. Well, we talked about him, though, on the show when we first started. Because we did the draft. We did the flag football draft when we first started.
Yes.
And I would always draft Pat White.
I know.
But that was a carryover from something we did for Hogs Haven way back. But Josh Johnson's legitimately been in the league, I think, that long, right? I mean, they easily could have played together.
It's like 20 years. Yes. Why wouldn't they have?
Pat White did not have the special
How
Josh
was on our
Johnson team.
preseason team and
yeah.
someone else's? I don't know who the other team was.
Practice
was it
squad.
Maybe Pittsburgh. I don't know.
He might have dressed Rudy style for a game
It was
or
either
two.
Pittsburgh, the Jets, but he had a little brief stint with us. So
Brief stint, and was a great flag football player for my squad for years. But between now you have Josh Johnson and Joe Flacco. That's about it. Those are the cream of the crop. Those are your closers, your poo-poo closers. If your team is done for the season, if you're packing it in, and you need someone to say hike for another 5 weeks, as I believe that's what you always say, then you got to go with Joe Flacco or Josh Johnson at this point.
I think we all concur.
All right, well, that's good.
Good.
Settled. What's the music draft going to be? Do we know?
Well, there's going to be a bevy of musical drafts.
Okay.
But
That's fair.
Motown was thrown out first and foremost.
I think
I think that's how we start off.
Okay,
We can't just go like every week music. We got to spread it out a little bit. But I think everyone here, we can start with Motown and make our way through this musical journey that we're going to take this offseason. The sounds of success for 2026 season.
An
Let's find out.
off-season on the brink.
Find out what Durante likes. Find out what we'll find out what the Blau Jones average is.
The Blau Jones average will be we'll have to have a ticker, because it's going to be up.
You're
It's going
damn right.
to
Let's
go
go
up
with
and
this.
down.
Before someone takes it, this is ours. Like Ken said, you heard it here first.
Hold on. I mean, I'm not going to. There's actually I might. You know what? I think I'm going to be able to put it. I could put a ticker up right now, but I'm not going to.
Yeah,
that'll freak you out.
No, I'll love it next week.
Next week we're going to have a Blau Jones average ticker.
Do it.
Up.
Do it.
It's up. It's down. Appreciate it, Kevin.
I appreciate
Another
it.
7 days.
Appreciate it, Ken.
Thank you so much.
We dug ourselves out to get here. Well done.
It is. It's cold and icy.
It's ridiculous. It's effing ridiculous. I wore the Aloha shirt. I was trying to get a little.
I think you're bringing it. I think you're bringing.
It's not. It's 12, and it
bringing
feels
the
like it's
tropical.
3. It's
Yeah.
12, and it feels like 3 in the hood around here in Cape Town.
That's
What
true.
the hell? Stay safe out there. And dumbass Woods Academy, we got school tomorrow.
I mean, you guys good.
My kid
Go to
goes
bed.
to my daughter goes to the one school in the state of Maryland that has school tomorrow. Can you believe that? Dang.
Great comment by Greg. We do need Eugene Chen to make a formula for it. All right. Well, we will definitely. We don't have to do the 25 and under anymore. That was just kind of the
No, I like
force in our
that.
head.
No,
We
no,
got to get
yeah.
younger. But I think we keep our eyes open on we have to spend our money. We have to be players for one of the best of the best of the positions. Somebody who's young and talented and is going to get a big contract has to get that contract from us this offseason.
I believe our frugalness last year suggested, and our win-loss
Sure.
record suggests we're about to spend. We didn't bring this regime in here to not spend, and we haven't spent, really. We've left so much in reserve. Let's go out there.
We've been rolling it
Let's
over.
Let's go out there and spend. Let's start rolling and controlling the dough real quick and get some players in these spots to let the gentlemen that we just hired coordinate properly. Be way more fun for everybody.
Be way more fun. All right. Well, EO, Ken Harris, appreciate you guys.
Appreciate the hell out of you guys.
Coming on. And I'll tell you what, it's going to be a fun offseason. A whole new staff to talk about and a whole new way for them to interact with what we hope will be actually very good players coming into this team. It's going to be a fun, albeit cold, next few weeks, but we're going to try to warm you up.
Freezing.
For the Basement Studios of First Amendment Sports, he's Kevin Ricca.
Thank all you guys for checking us out. Appreciate you guys listening during the week. And let's have some fun next Tuesday.
Go Mustangs in the house. I couldn't be prouder. It's the coolest thing.
It is cool.
And it's my, the Washington Commanders. That's our team. And so I don't know. It's just.
You
it's
think
just,
he knows
it's
who
fun.
First Amendment Sports is?
I haven't
There's
done
a
any Morgan
chance.
State games.
There's a chance.
Well, if he stayed in touch with the McNamara,
That's all I'm saying.
sports,
Of
'cause
course.
we've done games.
All right. Let's befriend the new DC because he is one of us.
I mean, we got to get him on. Maybe
To the nth degree with you, sir.
yeah,
He's a
no,
Mustang.
he is a
What?
Mustang.
Yeah.
We got to make that happen.
He's been wearing that burgundy and gold for quite a while.
I bet you Ken Harris knows him. They're probably together. Ken
I know
Harris probably
Bernard
hanging out
Joseph
right
does,
now.
but he's the world's most interesting man.
Yes.
We got to get him on. He knows everybody. He coached them. So Steph Curry's godfather, Chase Young's uncle, and coached our new D coordinator. Like we're gonna get him on.
Yeah, that's
He's fun.
That's a no-brainer.
He's a great conversation too. We're coming for you, Bernard.
See you guys in 7 days. We are still live.
It's Tuesday. Pull up a seat, talking Commanders football, drinking our whiskey.
You know everyone on the board went nuts in the Rams game when the muff.
Oh God,
I feel like we all love when a muff happens.
there's no better feeling than someone else's.
No, but like I think we root for muffs more than anyone. in the
It's
world.
true.
This band of brothers.
Because they have to say it on network TV.
They know they do.
It's the name of the play.
Do you think they spell it UFF or like do they just-
O-U-G-H.
Yes, there's a
O-U-G-H.
chance that they try and make it sound better with an OUGH, which is, I mean, come on, you're not pulling the wool over my eyes.
I mean, it is absolute joy, and it needs to be celebrated more. But
I wish they just said what it was and not talked about it like it was a Tory wig from like a British judge.
powdered up nicely today, sir. All right, we're out of here.